What is up, risk takers? Welcome to the Kill Pete strategy. I am Pete. I am a top 10 player playing Risk Global Domination on PC. I have a daily release schedule on YouTube. I do a fixed game every Friday, and I do this show, the Waiting on Your Best Behavior podcast, on Wednesdays. If you are interested in getting better at the game of Risk, I invite you to subscribe to my channel and come along the ride with me. And our guest today on the podcast is Gold. How are you, Gold?
Hi, how are you, Pete? Doing great, thanks.
Thank you, man. Thanks for coming on. Gold is an OG Risk player. He's been around the community, knows a lot of things, a lot of secrets. We'll dig into it. Why don't we start with setting up a game, and then I can ask you some questions. What did you want to play?
Okay, sure. I actually recently lost my 1v1 match, so I'm pretty little upset about that. But a lot of people really wanted the Pete versus Gold game. I know Olive really anticipated that, but we both
Nice.
lost our matches,
You
so
did.
which is why
Okay,
so
cool.
I was very upset with my game because one, I had gotten off of work, and then my game was 2 hours after I got off of work, so I was already pretty tired. So I made a lot of mistakes. If it was recorded, some people would be slapping the back of my hand. You know, it's just one too many mistakes.
Man, you can't get away with much in 1v1s, eh?
Yeah, so we're gonna do a zombies 1v1.
Okay.
I'll set up the game right now. It's a I think it's a very underrated zombies 1v1, but a lot of 1v1s, it's pretty much most of the time it's always first player that gets the advantage. But on this specific map in these settings, I like to believe that they're 50-50.
Okay. We're talking
It's
Brazil.
just
We're talking
amazing.
Brazil Advance, or we're talking Moscow.
So we're doing zombies, and it's Machu Picchu.
Oh, I don't know this 1v1. Is this something that you play ranked?
I play ranked, but like I said, it's 50-50. So I've lost a couple of these ones going
Cool.
first.
Cool.
So
All right. That's exciting. I had my own journey with that map. That's the map I lost on last season in the 1v1 tournament.
yeah. For Machu Picchu, yeah, we did it for caps, and I thought I was pretty good at this map with caps, but then I got destroyed by Zerup, and just my life went downhill from there.
Well, Zerup's no slouch either, so of all people to get you, you know. You say you're setting up a game?
Yes. Alrighty, there we go.
Zombies. Cool. All right, so tell the people about yourself. Grand Novice Gold. That's actually a great place to start. What a hilarious, hilarious
Oh,
handle. You gotta, yeah, give it
yeah.
to
So I got my name. I believe I got my name around 2 years ago.
you. Okay.
I was just known by Gold.
Mhm.
Actually, my name started off with GoldenEye, and the name GoldenEye originated from the 007 games and series. So that's where I got my name from, and people actually just used to call me Gold for short. So I just eliminated the GoldenEye part and just left it as Gold.
I,
And
I do love that game, man.
yeah, I love those games so much, especially with 006 and stuff like that. But I'm actually a huge 007. Well, I'm not anymore, but I used to be a huge 007 fan, and into the movies and stuff like that. But I'm talking more to the older 007 films and stuff like that. And,
Sean Connery.
yes,
Yeah.
there you go.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yep.
so
He is best Bond.
I agree. Yeah, and then as soon as his what's the name of the guy? Q, I believe his name is.
Okay.
As soon as he passed away, I kind of like he was like a favorite character of mine. So I stopped watching. So, anyways, yeah, I got the name Grand Novice. Sorry, I say Novice, and I've been corrected by Stove a couple of times to say it the right way. Anyways, I got the name from pretty much suiciding into a developer in the game. He had set up a couple games. There's me, Lucy, and a couple other people inside this game. This game specifically was fantasy, one of the fantasy maps. And so pretty much it was a fixed game too. So he was in a position to be killed pretty much. And I thought I had enough troops, and sure enough, I didn't have enough troops, and I ended up just suiciding to him. And I think Tumor came in and just wiped me out and wiped him out too. So it was pretty much a novice move. So
you went all the way from Grandmaster to novice in one play.
Just one game, that's all it took. And then him and Lucy were like, oh, that was a total novice move. And then Lucy came up with the name Brad Novice. They just added the name Gold at the end. And it was just a little joke, a little funny joke that they did. But I never seen it. So it stuck with me, and I got attached to it.
All right, let's start the game. So,
as I said,
oh yeah, go ahead.
As I said, these settings are very 50-50, so you're going to get a kick out of this game. And in the fog, you really get to hide. It's a small map, but you'll be surprised how big of a map it is to hide in.
Okay. Yeah, so I thought it was a misdirection. I thought it was a bit of an obvious, similar to Frail Waif's name. I thought Grand Novice was like, don't worry about me, guys. I suck, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But it was more someone else gave you this name. I see.
Yes.
All right, and you are how old?
I am 30 years old.
Okay. Little young to remember 007 then.
Oh, I remember him. All right. Second. Sorry.
It's okay.
Like throwing everybody out.
Way she goes. Sorry. Yep. Holy shit.
Alrighty, yeah. So I'll just leave my turn at that. Just knocking as much territory from you as I can do. There we go. So like I was saying, I'll let you do your turn. I'm 30 years old. I pretty much stopped counting after I was 25. It sounds weird, but I really don't celebrate my birthdays as much.
Yeah, fair enough. So I turned 38 this year, and
nice.
I definitely start counting again. I used to feel much older than I do now for whatever reason, which would make sense for someone playing video game television. I'm going to trust in the zombies, and let's see if this is the stupid play or the smart play.
So I love the position you're in right now too. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And the zombies really don't start wreaking havoc until turn 3. So it's like right now it's like a little it's still 50-50 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Actually I've learned this tactic on this map of that is if you have an advantage or if you're in a disadvantage, it's actually best to take out the zombies and let them infect round 3. Oh, a 4. You're sneaky.
Yeah. Well, I'm not trying to give it to you. Yeah, fair enough.
So you see how good my blitz was there? You see?
Yeah, you didn't lose.
I didn't lose. I only lost 1 to a 6 versus pretty much, what was it, 5 or 4?
Mm-hmm.
It's a sneaky trick I learned from Nacho, actually. So it's weird. The odds of this is not supposed to realistically be like this, but this one little trick I learned from Nacho is that if you go to manual roll and you actually are successful on the first couple rows, you're better off just blitzing it. And pretty much, from what I noticed, 80% of the time, right after when you go from manual to blitz, you will be successful, depending if you're the same level.
But why is that?
I don't know. Like I said, I learned it from Nacho. At first, I didn't believe it, and then I started seeing him doing it, and I'm like, this can't be ridiculous. Because if you ever played Nacho, his manual rolls are just crazy. He rolls for some blitzing, and it's really successful for him.
Better lucky than good, right?
Yeah, but that's the main part of Risk is being lucky too. It's like
So what I'm doing now might also be a mistake, but I figure if I have more material in the middle of the board...
Well, to be honest, that is a mistake, especially when the zombies really just spread out, because the zombies are pretty much just gonna wipe out a lot of territory at this point.
But that's what I wanted, right? I want them to run through me and you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, so, whether or not that's a good idea.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Thank you so much. Zombies is doing the work for me.
Oh, yeah. You don't have to worry.
So do you feel this map is pretty much 50-50 so far? There is no clear advantage?
Yeah, definitely. I was hoping they'd hit you a bit harder, but you still have 15 territories. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I can't trust them to break you, so I have to do it. And that thins out what I have left. Sure. And then you still have a stack on the other side. Okay, that's how you win. You have 2 large positions at either end.
I don't think so. I think you're giving me too much credit here.
Okay. 72%.
So I really think you made. Oh, you see, that was amazing.
Mm-hmm. Just like you said. You think I should have trusted the zombies?
You should have. No, you should have went from the other side actually. But you did just fine. That worked out just fine for you. What was that roll, anyways? That was a 7v4.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I did manual, so.
Yeah, you didn't lose anything.
I didn't have to risk losing. Yeah. But I accidentally had manual on, so I lost one before you saw me.
Uh-huh.
Which is, and I don't know what you think about it, but I think it should default back to blitz at the beginning of your turn.
Yeah.
Whatever your defaults are, you kind of want to.
Yeah. So this is the I guess it was round 4 where the zombies really just start spreading throughout the map, and that is what really changes the gameplay of this map, because now the fog is kicking in, really, and now you're on the last bit of your enemy's territories, and this is when it really starts to change the gameplay. Like, this is when any player can take the lead at pretty much taking a continent if they want to, but one thing is that when cards come in, that makes it a lot different.
Yeah, if you get a lucky set, that can totally matter in fixed.
Yeah. So even if I have fixed, or even if I have cards right now, I know I'm not able to take you out because I know you have some stuff in the Sun Temple. So, but I can get a better advantage if I try to take you out from one side, though.
Yep.
Definitely running out of time here. Nice.
So I had a lucky set too. What are the odds of that? What are the odds of that?
There you go. Now you have a clear advantage over me, and now I'm stuck in a pickle here. I am hoping that the zombies work in my favor, but I'm also hoping they don't attack my 3.
Yeah, we'll see which way they go. 23 coming in is a lot.
Oh, I'm pretty much out of this one. Ouch.
So, did you have the 10 match? We both had the 10 match on 3?
We both did, yes. So right now you're in the clear advantage, and that's good. And I'm gonna have to rely on the fog to pretty much stay alive.
Yeah, hide from me as long as you can.
I don't think I'm gonna be that lucky on this right here, actually. No.
But you have to try.
No. Alright, let's try one more time. Okay. Pray the risk gods help me out here.
Low odds, but you might as well go for it. Oh, Liz. I got him. Nice, man.
That was extreme luck right there. That was luck. I admit that.
Way she goes.
Oh, you didn't have the other continent, which means the zombies broke in.
Yes.
Amazing. I'ma just have to hope that the zombies just crush you this time. Don't think I could do anything.
I think it's a safe bet.
So this is where the game really starts getting interesting, because now we're both on opposite ends of the map, pretty much looking for each other to take whoever takes each other out. Oh, zombies!
So you had
what happened there?
You had me at 1 territory with 1 fruit, and I matched in on 10. You almost had me. If you just moved slightly faster, you would have killed me 2 turns before.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, you see, that's the beauty of fog, is that you can't really know what goes on.
And I didn't want to tell you, but yeah, now I can see. Yeah, you did all right, man, hiding in those corners, and that makes sense too, because those are like great deep ends of this map. Well,
so
go ahead.
I usually try to get those corners because it's really good for hiding in.
Well, I figure you somewhat know the zombie pathing on this, right?
Actually, no, I do not know the zombie path on this one. I never found the reason to do the zombie path on this map.
Okay, you just kind of find the place to hide.
Yeah, so
can we try again?
The same settings, yeah. Or a different one.
I want to try that one more time.
Oh, okay.
I'll approach it slightly differently, I think.
I actually thought you were in a clear advantage to win that game. I don't know what happened there.
You didn't. Well, I just literally don't know what I'm doing, and the situation I was in was I was already dead. You just didn't know.
Did zombies take out your 5 on the other side?
No, that's how I pulled it in to make that a 7.
Ah, okay. All right, I had the game up.
All right. That's not it. Machu Picchu, man.
Oh, I see Misty online. That's amazing. I haven't seen Misty online in a while.
Misty's been working a lot, I think she said.
Yeah, she's been working a lot.
So tell us a bit about your history with Risk.
Oh, wow. So, I want to say I've been playing Risk for over 5 years now, maybe more. Like everybody's story. I started way back in the day with the border games and stuff like that. Every time, it'd be me and my brothers just playing Risk and stuff like that. And pretty much 90% of the times out of maybe 10 games, it would end up with me and my brothers just wrestling and calling each other a cheater, stuff like that. But there's always that one brother that would just flip the board game for some random reason. It's like, come on, man, control your emotions.
That's to be expected with brothers, I guess.
Yeah. Some of my brothers were a lot younger than me, and somehow they'd always get the advantage of wrestling me. Oh, wow, that was amazing.
Yeah, I did all right there, huh?
Wow, 7v4, and you only lost 2. So you would think being the first player, you'd get that an advantage, but it's not. It doesn't always work that way. So it's like, I guess that's just the beauty of this specific map.
Yeah, I was trying to pick off as much of you as I could. Yep. Nice.
I hope I get lucky. Oh. I got it.
I think that counts as getting lucky.
That when you roll those runs, that is pure luck. That 8 is just gonna destroy somebody, man.
I'm thinking it goes up. And my 3 and our 3s in the corner get to stay in the corner.
Actually, your 3 might survive. My 3 won't. For some reason, they always attack that territory last.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Guess not.
Guess not. The zombie's like, nope.
Yeah, they sweep the whole corner. Cool.
Ah, they just. That's the beauty of it. It's like sometimes there's those rounds where the zombies just stack with the one who just thought and just wreak havoc. So it's like,
Yeah.
oh hi there.
But
Looks like my advantage got.
this is ridiculous.
What is only round 2 and the zombies just wreaked havoc already?
Yeah.
Oh. Getting some nice rolls there.
So, would you say you're more of a 1v1 guy or a free for all guy?
I'm actually both. I got into 1v1 when I was a master. I believe there was somebody who was saying that I should do 1v1 out of rank up quicker, and I was actually against 1v1 in the beginning. Well, actually, I was a bit confused on 1v1 because when I first started playing Risk, it said that the only way you gained rank is if there was like 6 players in it. Like if you had a one player in it, you wouldn't gain any rank at all. So I know you were able to set up the games in a 1v1 settings, but you weren't able to get any rank off of it. And then all of a sudden, people were able to get rank off of it, and SMG or none of the developers mentioned anything on it. So it was, and so every so often you hear a person saying, "Oh, I didn't know you could rank through 1v1," and they say the same thing I did because it wasn't a thing at that point.
And then once you could, you figured might as well get good at this?
Well, 1 second, sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, okay, I think you got this game.
We're pretty even though still, right?
Yeah, I guess we're even, but I did not know you hit your 4 up there.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely attacked in the wrong spot. So what was I?
I asked you about 1v1s. Yeah.
Yeah, so I at first I was like I didn't like the concept of just farming people for their points, and then somehow I got roped in it and started doing it myself. But the simple fact that I didn't like to farm, so I just kept my rank as open. When I went to go rank up, I left it all the way up to Grandmaster. The Grandmaster during my game, I just let them play. And if they beat me, they beat me. But most of the time, the Grandmasters when they public lobby Grandmaster during the game, it's like when you got experience in Discord, it's like almost like a intermediate joining the game. But if it was a Discord member joining your game, then it's like a real Grandmaster.
Yeah.
You could learn so much by just joining Discord, and that's just.
And I imagine most people who are watching the show have heard me advocate for Discord now a bunch.
Oh yeah, actually Discord has helped my gameplay so much because you could think you're the best player in the world, and then you play against just a regular Discord member, and it just changes your life.
Well,
there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people actually who just think they're the best players in the world. There's a couple Discord members that could. I think his name was Impossible or something like that.
Okay.
Well, this guy would always come into the server claiming he's the best Risk player in the world, and then a guy like Tumor would be like, "Oh, really? Let's play a game," and just wipe the floor with him. And I think the same guy I'm talking about, I think his name was Impossible something.
Okay.
I think he played against Stove 3 times in a row and lost, and still claimed he was the best player.
Well, this is a fun segue into a question I ask every guest. But what kind of nonsense is it to tell other people you're the best? Like, what's the point of that other than to pat yourself on the back and feed your own ego? Why? The question I ask everyone is, if someone asked you if you're good at Risk, how would you respond?
That's an interesting question because I hear you say that a lot on your show, and I actually um, I like to consider myself as a good player, but I don't really keep any cockiness in it. And how you know you're a great player is one, you get targeted. It could be early in a match or later in a match, but you're a clear target, and you get targeted a lot. Two, all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But in the past, I actually used to take this to heart, but then I got used to it. All right, just give me a second.
And then you learned how to use it to your advantage, right?
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
oh
Oh no! Oh, you're in trouble now.
I messed up there. I should have started off with the manual roll. I don't know why I went a 15 versus 12. And come on, that was expected. All right, so you win this. So I used to actually take it to heart in the past of when like a person like knocked on one of my stacks or something like that. But I got used to it and I learned to improvise and play around. So so when I first joined Discord, I was a three stack at first. Especially when it came to fog, I had three stacks on the field. But I learned to change that play because
Good
I
game, man.
think actually I think actually yeah the game ended. I think Misty explained it the best. Of that is that it'd be like turn two and she'd knock down one of my stacks and she would apologize for it. She would be, I'm sorry, Gold. I know I knocked down your stack, but you're not a problem, but you're gonna be a problem. And
And that's the best sign of respect you could hope for.
yeah, so a lot of games, that will happen to me is I'll have a random stack and then somebody would just take it down. But I don't take it too hard anymore because I have five stacks on the field. But
You just adapted to it.
yeah, I adapted to it.
Will
And
you will you make another game while I just get a quick cup of coffee?
yeah. You want to do the same settings or
What
settings this time?
it's your show, Gold. What do you want to play?
Alrighty. Since a lot of people anticipated the 1v1, let's do let's do a 1v1 from tournament game.
France or Mall of the Dead?
What are you feeling? Like, what is the best 1v1 map that you can
Oh,
possibly...
my favorite 1v1 map
Yes.
is Spain.
Spain. Okay, you know what? Why don't you make the game? You set up the game. Let's do Spain, man.
Sure. I'll come right back. I'm just gonna get myself a refill. Please, if you would, keep telling us about what were we talking about just there? The community and 1v1s, and you got into it thinking you're the best. That's what it is, right? Everyone thinks they're the best until they come around and they realize that there's a whole lot of people that are better than them. I mean, do you see any value in telling people you're good?
No, to be
Yeah.
honest, because like any person could say they're good, but then another person could come along and then beat them in the game. It's like if it's you're not really good at that point. It's like you're a good player, but you're not the best in the world. Even though the ranked number one player in the world isn't a good. They're good. At what they do, but they're not. They can't really consider themselves the best in the world when you pretty much if you lose a game. I mean, I understand if you win every single game you played against, you could consider yourself as a really good player. But there's a couple people in the community that are just OP. You mention their names and it's just scary.
Like who specifically? Like you wanted to get into this, so I'm happy to have this conversation. Who jumps out to your mind as OP when you say that?
Okay, so I'll mention my top 5 FFA players.
Okay.
And my top 1v1 players. I'll start off with 1v1 because FFA and 1v1 are obviously two completely different things. So my top 1v1 players are Zerup,
Mm-hmm.
so Sterling, Bike, and who's the last one? I believe it's Amerigo.
Cool.
I think it's between Amerigo and another person, but they're definitely top 10 in my book. But top FFA player that's actually going to hear a lot of similar names is Zerup, Stove, Tumor. You probably haven't played with Tumor in a while, but Tumor is really OP, and I played tons of games with that guy, and And if you ever get me, Stove, and Tumor in a game, oh my goodness, those games are just so beautiful. That's what I love about Risk. It's just like I love it for the competition against other good players. That's what I really enjoy.
Do you see this game up?
Oh yeah, I see it.
Yeah, I have played with Tumor a little bit. He doesn't. I don't think I've seen him compete since I've been around. So he's not in the main tournament?
No, he doesn't really play. Anyways, I was saying that top five FFA. I think so. My top five for FFA was actually I have six on there: Zerapso, Tumor, Baxter, Sin, and Ares. Now, a couple of those names aren't really playing risks that much, but they're still extremely great players.
Totally.
I can imagine in this specific map, it's really worth it to get the endpoints. Am I not right?
You're first, so the territory you actually selected isn't as much of an end as this one, in my opinion. I have a very well defined pick order. Yep, that's a great one. That's definitely an endpoint. What I like about Spain is just the points of failure. So often your opponent will lose in selection. They'll give you a continent or something because there's 4 2-for-2s. So it's just like, all right, I guess you already lose.
Oh yeah.
But
Oh,
yeah,
I
I
messed up.
never came around as a 1v1 guy, right? I had a very similar response the first time I saw it. I was like, why would I even want to do that? And I mean, I'll play now, but I much prefer free-for-all, because these are a lot more of a logic puzzle, whereas
I
free-for-all
abs-
risk is,
yeah. I absolutely love 1v1. It's just a different type of game. Like it sounds like it sounds crazy, but it is a completely different game. It's a new strategy you have to build, and I find it extremely fun.
it tickles the right part of your brain, huh?
Yes, it gets you thinking.
I'm just so lousy at them, man. I have to work so hard to not completely screw up.
To be honest, it takes time. It takes a lot of 1v1
That's all it is, eh?
games
Practice?
to get really good. Like Zerp, he's extremely good, but there's at one point in time in which he was not good at all. Like Zerp even said so himself. He was afraid of me whenever he went 1v1 against me, and then I took a break from Discord, came back, and all of a sudden that guy just smashed me. It's crazy.
You think Zerap's not a natural? He worked really
Well,
hard?
no, Zerp worked really hard to be as good as he is now. But as far as a natural, I really don't think there's natural when it comes to this game. You kind of have to do your time and learn how to play and get better.
Okay. I don't know if I mean, I obviously haven't been around as long as you, but my intuition was that there are some players, like some of the guys you mentioned, that um, appear so far beyond the norm, and even the norm of a grandmaster, that it's like there's something on with these guys' brains. That, right? But maybe I'm ascribing um, a skill they've acquired to a
Well,
natural
yeah.
ability.
So I've noticed that. So I think it's the amount of time that people put in, and I think you could, especially a lot of the new players that recently joined, like 2020 or 2021. Mainly 2021, but a lot of players are joining 2021, and they're coming with that mentality of just being really good. But they are good, and I really think it's thanks to the pandemic because they got some extra hours of the day to
Totally.
themselves, and they're just able to focus more on the game.
Oh, dude, I absolutely blame the pandemic.
Yeah,
Like, I wouldn't be here. I had other hobbies in real life, and I, on purpose, I mean, I always played Risk, right? I've been playing Risk since I was a little kid, but I
yeah.
specifically avoided video games because I know how addictive they are for me.
You know, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
When it comes to video game, well, this is why Risk is my only video game I try to stick to, because
Okay.
I would get addicted to any other game. One other game I do like is PUBG.
Okay.
PUBG Mobile to be exact. I had a console at one point, but it broke.
Are you good? Are you a
Oh
strong
yeah,
PUBG player? Yeah, nice.
oh yeah. I would consider myself a strong PUBG member. I believe that's where I got my name Gold from, is because of my nickname. My name was GoldenEye there, but they'd always call me Gold. So that, like I said, that just stuck to me.
Yeah, once these internet identities become part of your identity, they're hard to shake off. I'm the weirdo, eh? Going by my own name. Nobody does that.
Oh yeah, but you'd be surprised how many people in the community know each other's names. We're just that comfortable with each other.
Well, you become friends. It's nice. I
Oh
love I
yeah.
love this community. Like I wouldn't have stuck around if it wasn't full of awesome people. But I felt like very welcome when I came around. There was like very low toxicity, very low negativity, and I was like, okay, I can invest my time in this.
Oh yeah.
And so far, it has been very worthwhile. All right, so what does your intuition tell you about stack placement?
So I just realized that you might have a pretty good advantage in this game, considering the fact that a lot of my territories are locked and yours is just separated away from each other.
I was trying.
But you could put yours in any place in the map, and you might have a good advantage. I just have to predict where your biggest stack is.
Right. And let's see how well you do. Do you want to find it?
Not yet. I don't want that advantage yet, but I kind of have an idea.
Okay. So I do this on purpose. I turn alliances on when I play this ranked because
In the middle of the map, huh?
yeah.
Okay. I was thinking you'd place it in the top left corner. I think that would have been more
Okay.
better spot.
Sure. But what do I want that big +10 for? I'm never going to hold it. Oh.
I got to do this quick.
Yeah, that's the idea.
All right, that's the best I could do.
Yeah, I think you got pretty good value. Okay, so I think my path.
Give me a little.
I think my path goes like this.
Uh-oh. I don't think you're gonna have enough. Oh.
Oh, you are correct. You are correct, and you hold the +2.
Let's not count me out. It's not count you out yet. Ooh.
Now, is that +2 going to be enough?
I think it will.
Yeah, usually is. You still have a stack. 9 troops? Yeah, that's not good. I think you win.
It's a pretty cool settings. I think like any 1v1 settings though, first player does get a better advantage.
Yeah, totally. Very much so. Alright, so you've given me 4 continents to break, and I have 6 troops to do it, so. Not looking so good. I basically have to get incredibly lucky.
Oh. Nice.
And even then, you're going to pull out, yeah. You're going to pull out with more troops from the territory advantage.
26 territories.
Yeah. Whew! It's not looking good. I don't think I get to cards.
I think what I'm going to do is just go for a little run. Oh, this way.
One more, I'm under 12.
Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I'm at 12.
You're at 11 or no?
No, I'm at 12.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. Got him. GG, man.
GG. That was amazing. I think we could do a FFA game now, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Wrap some people in.
What settings are you thinking?
I was thinking zombies, actually. I absolutely love zombies. I won a tournament on zombies, so ever since I won that top tournament, I just fell in love with it.
Okay.
So I'm sure if you look underneath my disco rolls, you'll see an FFA tournament winner roll. I didn't win that specific tournament, so actually the ranked #1 player at the time won that tournament, and I placed second. He won by 1 point, and I always give him shit about it. But I'll tell you, that finals matchup, when that year happened, I believe that was in 2018.
Okay.
That was an epic finals match. The players at that time were just amazing, and throughout the years you run into really great players, and they come, they go, but you always remember them because you know that they were good. And when a person's good, they stick to your mind for a very long time. And when they come back, you're like, oh shit, this person's back.
Yeah, you miss them, right? They're like an old friend returning.
Yeah, especially in the Risk community, I always try to, make my name out there in a good way. Sometimes it's bad, but most of the time it's good.
Are you gonna make the game?
Yes.
All right. I'll rope in some people from the Grandmaster server. Salam says, "What a grand novice that guy is."
Are you on your Twitch streamer right now?
No, I don't do this show live, so I'm just looking
Okay.
in the Pete thread in the Grandmaster server. But we can also see if there's any other former podcast guests that would like to join. So what is a good FFA Zombies map then?
I really wish this specific map was in a tournament. It's zombies, of course, but the place is Command Base, and Command Base is so beautiful and perfect for zombies.
I don't think you're the only one who's discovered this. I've seen Stove playing zombies on his show a lot on Command Base.
Yes. This one's a really good map for zombies. This map and oh shoot, what is it? I can't believe I forgot the other name of the map. You were just playing it yesterday.
Spaceport?
That map is... Yes,
Yeah.
yes. That's good for zombies.
Cool.
Aggressive, seconds. Okay.
Yeah, well, Command Base is just so large, so there's tons of spots to hide, right? Is that what it is, or?
Oh, yeah. And I don't play this with zombies, with lizards. Fog, yes. But...
What's the code? Oh,
the
Amerigo's
code
in
is...
immediately, like
Ooh.
a heartbeat. All right.
Oh, yeah. And Marigo. I remember when me and Marigo played our zombies game. He was like, oh my goodness, we always play 1v1 together. He was like, oh, he was a little bit not scared, but he was like, oh, this is going to be a good match. You could tell. Because me and him are kind of our practice partners when it comes to 1v1. And we didn't practice as much this tournament compared to the last tournament. We put a lot of hours in, a lot of games in last tournament.
Yeah, Amerigo's, he strikes me as one of those very dedicated, hardworking type people.
He is.
Yeah, well, he helped me a lot with Boston because I looked at
Nice.
Boston the first time and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" But as you can see, Boston actually now, to my mind, looks very much like Spain. Right? There's a bunch of small continents, and it kind of hinges around holding them, and you can often win in the manual placement.
Oh yeah, and he put a lot of work, and he's always practicing, which is good. I don't think he has as much practice during this tournament because he's been busy, but he's still, the amount of hours he put in last tournament, kind of like, we kind of like overdid it.
How far did you get last season? Hey, Taco's gonna play nice. Nice, nice.
Wow, I haven't played. I played it with him in a while, but he's usually up around this time, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Um, I didn't get past round one, to be honest. I had a very tough bracket, so I believe Hobbs is his name was Hobbs. He beat me round one in classic caps, and he was really good at classic caps. Um, and I had a bug during one of my games, and that kind of like threw me off a little, but he deserved that win.
Yeah, right on.
And then, no matter what, I wasn't going to get very far. Olive was my round two opponent, and then Frail was my round three opponent. So it was going to get nowhere. I was going to get very far.
I
Yeah,
I
so
have
did.
seen I have seen Olive improve, even in the time I've been around.
You know what?
Olive's another one of those really dedicated players.
I'm quite surprised. You know what? That's who I forgot to put in my top 1v1 players: Amerigo and Olive.
Yeah.
Olive is extremely good, and they're a good player when they just wipe the floor with you. And it's just they embarrass you. A lot of names
That's how
I
you know.
mentioned.
I think
Yeah,
consistency over
so
time matters too, right? It's not
yeah.
just about any individual game. You gotta kind of detect the pattern. What do we do here? Man, I don't see any zombies. That's not good. I don't know where the fuck they are.
Yeah, the zombies really don't start wreaking any havoc till like round four.
Okay.
And I'm sticking with this. I love this map because there's just so many places to hide.
Yeah, give me any and all tips for zombies, please. I don't pretend to be all that good at them, so advice would be welcome.
Oh yeah, I absolutely love zombies, and another great player when it comes to zombies is Ares, and I always love the Zares versus me versus Zares showdown because it all him winning, or if it's not either me or him, it's probably Cherry beating us
Yeah.
because me and him are just at each other's necks.
And then someone can sneak it out in the middle.
Yeah, but as far as tips, you it's a good advantage to learn the attack pattern on each map. It all it takes is just playing a pass and play game and just spreading throughout the whole map, and then letting the zombies just attack one at a time, and then that's how you really learn the attack pattern of the map. Is you play a pass and play game and spread out, and then it's the same pattern each and every time. Sometimes it changes based on if there's troops there, but if you know the attack pattern, it will be beneficial to you.
And do you know the attack pattern for command base?
For this map, no, I haven't done it. It takes work to do attack patterns. Even on Spain, I recently got Spain's attack pattern. I guess last tournament I got Spain's attack pattern.
Oh,
Me
for
and
the
Zero,
FFA. Yeah, totally. That was
yeah, yeah,
round four?
me and Zero were actually working on it, and then I guess Sterling actually ended up giving it to him because a lot of us good zombies player, we don't know the attack patterns. We kind of, if we need to, we do it, especially against better players in the Discord.
I'm wondering how many positions you need on these settings, right? It's got to be like two or three.
So on this specific map, you want at least five different places, and I believe in Mike's tournament game, he had these settings right here, and this was the final match. I think was on this specific map, and having 5 places on this map is extremely beneficial. I'm about to lose one of my places though against Final Countdown. He's being very intimidating with me right now. I think he wants that continent.
Do you think it's worth it to try and go for continents, or is that just a waste of troops?
You'd be surprised how effective it is to get how effective it is in these type of settings with zombies to get a continent. If you do get a continent, you have a major advantage.
Yeah.
In the early rounds, but in the later rounds, it's not worth it.
But then you risk losing your exterior positions to get that continent, right?
In the later rounds, but in the beginning rounds, it's actually worth it.
No, what I mean. So here's my question. So right now, I'm debating whether or not to put troops outside of the continent I'm trying to take, or put all my troops into the continent and take it. Which is better, and then at risk of losing all of those outside positions.
If you're in a position to get a continent, I think you should take it. Like
I
believe Amerigo has a continent right now, and if he does, he has the straight up advantage right now.
That would be bad.
That or he's just keeping a close eye on me. He's rather close to me right now.
Makes you nervous.
Oh man.
So how far did you get in the zombies tournament?
In Mike's?
Yeah.
I got to the final as a finalist.
Nice. So there's 5 finalists?
Yeah. It was pretty much how I said it. Me and Aries are kind of at each other's necks, and I think he was holding a grudge off the previous semifinals when I beat him there, so he had his eye on me.
Yeah. That's the thing, eh? I come around for the first tournament I competed in, and you really only get that beginner's luck once, because then you become known, and everyone's like, well, I mean, you said grudge, right? But it might not be a grudge per se.
Some people do hold it in these games. There's a couple players that hold grudges, okay. like Dirty.
Okay.
It could be the best ally in the game, or he could be your greatest enemy that you've ever went out against. But if you do him dirty, he's gonna do you dirty.
Simple rule to live by.
Yeah.
I try not to do anyone dirty, but you stick around long enough, you know too much. You can't let people get too strong, or else they eat you.
Oh yeah, but there's always those players that you got to keep an eye on.
The surest sign of respect.
Yes.
So, I've been kicking around another idea recently in my head about kind of touching on this topic, the idea of targeting and the idea of alts in tournaments. What do you think of What do you think of those two things?
So, back when I was a part of Discord staff, we discussed this actually, and so as I said, you get good at a risk to a certain point of where in a community, like I said, of how people were just knocked down one of your stacks, and I've become used to it, and I'm okay with it, but other people are not. Other people are not okay with getting targeted. Right. So we came to the conclusion that if a person wanted to go incognito, they can. And that's when we made it okay for us to go incognito. And I've actually only done it once in the tournament. The same, but I used my main account. Like, you see my account you see right now? Granted, that's not my real name. My real name is Garfield the Cat 5. I had Lucy change it to Garfield the Cat 5 a while back. And,
why 5?
Okay, so 5 is my favorite number.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, so you guys came to a conclusion that for the sake of everyone's fun, you want to allow alts?
Well, yeah, it's not fun when you get targeted in the game, nobody really finds that fun. I'm okay with it. I don't mind it, but
I actually disagree. I do think it's fun, because I think it is a fundamental element of the game of Risk. Right? I've been playing a long time, and when you say you're okay with it, I'm beyond okay with it. Like I named a friggin' channel after it. Like it's a part of the game. So it seems to me that a misstep could have been made by allowing alts in that way. Because now you have the situation in the 1v1 tournament where alts are just grandfathered in and accepted as, and that not only does it mess up the seating, but it's like there's no upside as far as I can tell for players playing anonymously, because it's just a bunch of 1v1s. It's me versus you.
So I'm gonna have to agree to disagree.
Yeah, go ahead. Give me the counter argument, please.
Okay, so Taco, hello. So when it comes to 1v1, especially in these tournament games, if you didn't recognize the name, let's be honest, you're not gonna. Thank you, Taco.
Yeah.
You're not gonna practice for that opponent. If you know that opponent is, you don't know the name, you're obviously not gonna waste your time.
You're gonna underestimate them. Okay.
You're gonna underestimate them, and underestimating in Risk is the worst thing you could possibly do. Is underestimating your opponent.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, that's a solid argument. And
when it comes to going underneath an alt name, you gain advantage right away. First of all, for the person, one, he's going to underestimate you. Two, you're going to be practicing and they're not, and you're just going to have the edge over them. And I guess that's what a lot of 1v1ers in our tournament do is they don't want the other person to have the advantage of them, and then start practicing a whole bunch. And that there is some logic behind of it. I did it in the past in FFA because I didn't want to get targeted. I wanted to make it far.
Yep.
And the one time I did it, I only made it to round 1 and I got knocked out.
Yeah.
So it was pointless at that point.
So I don't think we disagree. I think you actually argued my point, right?
Yeah.
My point is that these... The thing of alt is they violate some kind of fundamental principle of fairness, right? That if everyone isn't an alt, then the playing field isn't level, and then it's not a fair tournament.
Yeah, I guess that's why I said I agree to disagree, because I agree with you, but at the same time I disagree too, because there are some advantages to it too.
Yeah, well, no, but my point is that the fact of the advantage makes it unfair. I want a fair competition, and if I am known to be, quote, good at Risk, then I kind of deserve to be targeted. And I don't know, and as you said, not everyone finds that fun, and that is a very reasonable criticism. I don't want to be the one to tell other people how they're supposed to enjoy themselves. It's not really my style. But at the same time, I think if we are going to have a competition, then it's very important that it be a fair one.
I agree to that, about fairness and stuff like that. I used to be against oaths in the past. I used to give people
a hard time about it, and then you're like, well, can't beat him, join him. maybe we'll feel the same way as we did with 1v1s.
I just got roped into that dark side.
It's all good.
And I joined the cause.
Right. Okay, cool.
But I've actually I used to do this thing before I got banned in the past, but I used to use alts and then go against, because I was so against people farming that I decided, all right, you want to farm? Then I'll join one of your, I'll be a novice, joining Grandmasters ranked games, but not nobody in the community. I would never do it to anybody in the community, but there'd be a couple games where I would join as an alt in a 1v1 and destroy them.
Right, they didn't know what to expect. This is the sniping.
I know. I probably made a couple people quit at Risk.
Oh shit. So
No, not community members, but just regular
I don't
public
know.
lobby
I
players.
don't know how I feel about the grinding, because it's like the ranking system is what it is. So you can't blame your players for optimizing for whatever that ranking system prioritizes. That's sort of how I look at it now. I initially came in as like, yeah, 1v1s are bullshit and you're a fake GM. And now I kind of see it as this is what the system is. And until the system is something else, your players are going to do what the game encourages them to do.
Yeah.
So, what do we do about that? Like, how would you fix the ranking system?
Crazy that you mentioned that, because there are plans to change the ranking system in the past.
I hope so.
But I'm that type of person of where, if it's there, I kind of just work with it. Like the ranking system right now, I've gotten so used to it that I'm just okay with it. And to be honest, when they do change the ranking system, it's going to cause a lot of outlash, not in the
Okay.
community, but just everywhere. And it's the simple fact of that people don't like change. It's just human nature to be. If you change something, you're gonna disrupt everything pretty much. And even though a lot of people do, ODD,
Yep.
even though a lot of people are wanting that change, that is actually going to cause a lot of mishap and risk in the community.
Now I got a manual roll.
Uh-oh. I think you gave out too much information there.
Don't worry, I'm killing myself.
Oh, I take it you and Orange had a little showdown?
Yeah, it definitely shouldn't have broken me. Now we both die.
Yeah, Orange. I thought Orange was after me at first, but it looks like you and him have had your war.
He'll learn. Next time he plays with me, this won't happen. The joke is that, as if I wasn't holding the zombies at bay, right? Now I let the zombies in.
And that just wreaks havoc.
Well, I don't know what the thought is. It's like I'm going to match in and then hold my guard and break you.
Hello, Marigold. What are you doing? This is amazing. I haven't played a game with Taco in months. I know me and him did the five-a-side mini match.
Mm-hmm.
Mini. So that was pretty fun. That's where I met Taco.
Yeah, Taco's a fun guy. It's always nice to see people come back when they've left for a bit.
I agree.
Come on, zombies! Aw, damn it. Too bad. I was hoping the zombies would do my dirty work for me.
Yeah, they probably turned right on that attack.
Well, there's another question. So how do you learn the zombie attack path when there's fog on?
It becomes noticeable after a while after playing the games over and over again, but I'm guessing that he has that continent hangar, and the zombies went through storage, turned right on mechanics, went through electricians, bay operators, and into workshop. But it depends. When it's in the bay operators, it either turns right. It usually always turns right. It's weird.
But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you learn that if fog is on? You have to, I guess you said do pass and play or something?
Pass and play, and then play this game a whole bunch of other times. Ooh, that was a close one. So I don't believe I asked you this question, but what are your top 1v1 players and your top FFA players? Now it doesn't have to be top five exactly. It could be top six. It's
I think it overlaps. Like, most of the top 10 that I've played with, I would say definitely qualify as top 1v1 players. So the rhetoric of them just grinding for noobs doesn't really hold water to me.
mm-hmm.
But as far as guys like Sterling, Zaraki, Zarup, like these guys really jump out to me as being good at both. I'm consistently impressed by Amerigo, Olive, Parlox, newer players like Tyler and Kurlza really jump out to me. Phil's really good at free for all and 1v1. Finley.
You'd be surprised. All the top 1v1 players I've actually played against.
Nice.
Oh, come on, Amerigo. I thought we were buddies, man. I love that. I love how we're buddies, but he goes straight for me. He's like, I'm not having him around me. Amerigo.
It's not looking so good for tacos. So I missed getting my fifth card. I don't know if you noticed that.
You did?
Yeah, so now I'm holding a set on 5. Which I don't want to be doing.
And you haven't made friends this game either, so
I tried. I failed. And when I fail to make friends, I punish.
I don't think you mentioned your top FFA players.
FFA was similar list. I think Cherry is underrated. I think Cowboy's very good. Curls and Tyler, definitely. Who else jumps out to me as... Like, again, Sterling is all around good. Zarup is all around good. Ares, for sure, right?
Yeah, of course.
Like, when I came around, Ares was like, yeah, I'm pretty much the highest ranked guy who plays multiplayer on the leaderboard. And I was like, oh, how high can I get? I think the best I did was 5.5 million skill points, and at that time was ranked 29th, which I think now is like closer to 50th, but even being top 50 in free-for-all free-for-all world dom apparently just isn't done. So I took the compliment for what it is. Ooh.
Oh yeah, and as you said, there's a lot of underrated players in this game. It's just, I don't know why. Like I said, you never want to underestimate anybody. Like you said, Cherry's underrated. I don't know why she is. She's an extremely great player.
Yeah.
But she's sneaky. She's very sneaky. Like she acts like she's not a good player, but she really is a good player.
So he just won a 2v2 manual. I had 2 stacks, and he started with a 4, and he won and got my 5 cards.
Wow.
Yep.
I think I know who he's gonna go for next. I'm not sure if he still has beef with me, but
it's not looking good.
I never had any.
It's not looking good for you.
No, I'm good. Like I said, I learned to
put yourself in a bunch of places.
Yeah, like I said, I'm a 5-stack type of guy. I always stick to that. It's because you're always going to get 1 stack eliminated from the board. When if you do the 3-stack method, if you get 1 stack eliminated, you only got 2 left. So, whereas if you have 5 stacks, you get 1 removed. You have 4 left on the field. So it's always works in your favor to do 5 stacks.
Right. So the the advice to try and take a continent was absolutely incorrect in this case.
It depends, because Amerigo has a continent and he's doing just...
Yeah, no, I'm saying it, for me it failed completely, right? Because my exterior position was also guarded by the same guy who killed me.
Yeah, that... I usually don't... I never try to go... I believe you had the hangar A. I never go for the hangar area, because the zombies will pile up over there. And if you want to go for a continent, you want to go for sector in this game. And
Which
if
one?
you go for anything else, Sector C.
Sector C, okay.
Sector C. But I've noticed quite a few people actually doing good on Hangar B. Like Cherry, she had Hangar B when it came to the zombie final, and I had Sector C. But we were on completely different sides of the map. So we really couldn't do anything about each other. She actually was doing something about me. Anytime she ran into any of my stacks, she just mowed them down.
just safer if you don't exist there. Yeah, Stove's another one. I feel like I underrated Stove, even from playing him a lot, until I started just watching his show and leaving it on in the background. Like, he will grind classic progressive caps on these unranked games over and over and over again and just win every single game. And I watch him predict, and I think, oh man, he's onto something there.
Oh yeah, this is why Stove's actually one of my top FFA players.
Totally.
Because, oh no. Oh, is it? Weird.
You're doing fine.
Oh no, I disconnected for a second. He's extremely good, and this is when I was talking about how you're a good player when you do get targeted. And most of his games, he gets targeted, and I think he's gotten used to it too. Because in the past, he was like me, where you'd rage as soon as he takes out one of your stacks. But you learn to work around it, to be honest, and you become a better player. And Stove is an extremely good player. Anytime there's Stoves in the game, I know it's going to be a good game. And that's how you can tell that player is a good player is when you join a game and you see that person's name popped up, you're like, oh shit, this is going to be a good game.
Yeah.
Kind of like how you were when Amerigo popped in the game. You're like, oh shoot.
Well, that's just because Amerigo said he was going to suicide into me. But...
Oh, come on, buddy.
Yeah, right.
Does this every time.
As if he's going to let you live there. See, I'm glad I'm dead, because now I can actually watch what's happening.
Oh, no, it's fine. I know how Amerigo plays when it comes to FFA. He will try to find me. He knows how good I am at FFA. So I'm good at 1v1, but I think I excel more at FFA.
Did you have a match on 4 and you held it? Or did you specifically not match?
I did not have a match.
Okay. So you wouldn't really want to have only 20 troops if you could avoid it at this point?
Yeah. I should have been eliminated,
no, you
but
made it.
You're
good. You're hiding in the zombies. I like it.
Oh, no. I always choose the perfect hiding spots. The spots you see right now, I had other good hiding spots, but Amerigo took out some of them, and then Orange was like, didn't want me around him, so... And now I'm left to these 2 positions. That is okay. Amerigo is going to find... I know he is. He always goes for hunting.
Yeah, because he's looking for you now.
Oh, he thinks I'm probably down to 1 territory, but... I always get him on this. When I come to 2 territories like this, I always have 1 little stack and then 1 huge stack, because I always try to make my stacks bigger than the trade-in. So right now the trade-in's at 40. I have that stack right there, and it's my bigger stack makes it unworth it to get me.
Yeah, so it's unprofitable to hit you. Sure.
If you do find my little stack and then try to look for my big stack, it's not going to be worth it at that point. But I always try to do that when I'm stuck in this position. a lot of people you'll see they'll split it equally, and that never works in your favor because attacker advantage is always gonna be able to take you out.
I like what Amerigo has built here. It's very beautiful.
Oh yeah, he has a good. Oh wow,
Yep.
wow. Okay, so this is a showdown between Taco, Marigo, and the final countdown. I'm just gonna stay
Hide in your hole.
in my hole for a
Yeah,
little bit. I
totally.
actually, the the odds might work against them. Let's see. Let's see if they target me first. And I know Amerigo is gonna try to go. He's not gonna worry about his opponents. He's just worried about me.
Who knows where you are?
Not Amerigo. That's one thing. Nobody, pretty much. Maybe Orange has a slight idea of where one of my stacks is, but he doesn't know where the rest of them.
Well, that definitely
So
works in your favor. I see what you mean about a lot of places to hide.
yes, like I said, I have a smaller stack, but my bigger stack is always gonna be better. Oh my goodness, I'm getting unlucky with these trade-ins.
Oh, you're sitting
As
on
long
four
as
again?
Yeah, as long as I have one bigger stack higher than a trade-in, it doesn't make it worth it. Because you're gonna be searching for my other stack, but by the time you get to my bigger stack, it makes it totally unworth it. But who knows? I think Amerigo is actually gonna go for a run on me on this next turn. Last time I saw him, he had a stack of 43. It's probably sitting at 60 now. So he's gonna go for a run. I'm speculating with
Okay.
this trade-in. And he actually might become successful if he finds me.
Mm.
Let's see what he does.
He goes another way.
He's going for another person who probably thinks I'm in that area. Or who knows, he's probably knocking down one of his opponent's continent. But that's the beauty about Fog is that I know where everybody is, and they don't know where I'm at. So I do have a slight advantage, but I'm not gonna rely on this. Ooh. Looks like Amerigo find a huge stack, and he's running back.
I like this. I like what he did a lot.
And I
Ooh,
won't be able
Taco's
to.
got a lucky set.
Taco still started off with 11 though, so he still had that continent.
Oh, I like what Taco's
Oh,
did too.
oh, I can't see what's going on actually.
Don't worry, I won't tell you anything important.
I just like to act like I know what's going on.
No, you're pretty good. Your guesses are pretty good. I don't want to. I don't want to like spoil the game by like telling you too much.
Yeah, so that's the beauty about fog is that you read the map by one noticing people's reactions, troop count, where the zombies are attacking from, and how they fortify.
And then there's one more trick that I learned recently. Is the
What's
cards.
up?
So if you look at your cards, you see the ones that have the pluses, +2 for the zombies.
Oh yeah.
But any ones that don't, that tells you that there's a person there.
Oh
So you can
wow.
see
Yeah.
through the fog a little bit if you look at your cards.
I've actually never done that before, but it makes.
Well, what do you got? Take a look at your hand.
Oh yeah. We
Uh
got
huh.
Econ B, Vehicle Baby, and an electrician, but that's all on the left side of the map. So
Right, but if any of them don't have the green +2, you know someone's there.
oh yeah.
It's just useful. I guess maybe it's less useful on a map this large. This is the largest map, so
Oh my goodness, all these faces are taken. Trying to
this
look for a place called East Coast. I don't know where that is.
East.
I'm not yeah, I'm afraid of where East Coast is. Amerigo pulling in 12. Scary. I'm just waiting for Amerigo to come because he knows I have those cards, but he doesn't know where my last territories are. So I could. Oh, he's in East.
Which continent is it in?
Aha! So Amerigo's huge. Amerigo must have a huge stack in East Cross. Okay, he's taking forever to draft. I'm guessing he might have disconnected.
No,
So
the,
he's
the
definitely.
zombies are in East Cross.
Oh yeah, no, oh yeah, they are. Oh, they must have just taken it because when I got that card, somebody in there. Who knows?
Well, you got another set on 5, so you're back in this.
Yes, I'd have to say that out of the two players that I could potentially go for, I know Marigo's not one of them. I know he's had that continent for quite a while and he's been doing good. I do know that Orange wasted a lot of troops. Taco wasted a lot of troops. But Taco is a very conservative guy. I've played a Taco in the past, and he can be aggressive, but for the most part, he's pretty conservative. But I could also guess that Taco is just in one place on the map, it's in that continent sector E, as well as Orange. He's probably just stuck in those continents up there. But if I had to go for anybody, I'd probably have to go for Orange.
It's a long way to go to get there.
I agree, which is why I'm not going right.
Yeah.
Actually, nah, I don't know. I'm gonna wait for trading before I do anything.
Yeah, let people fight amongst themselves. That's probably smart. No one's seen you, so you don't really risk anything.
Nobody sees me. It's just I have it. I have that huge stack, but I don't want to take it for granted because all it takes is seeing that big stack to a person to be like, "Oh, he has one huge stack. That's all he got." And that's what happens a lot of the times. Is that what I'm doing right now actually works against me sometimes, especially when I move out with my big stack. They realize that that might be my last stack. I think Cherry did that during the finals. She thought that my huge stack was my last stack. Well, she was wrong.
And it cost her.
No, she wasn't really that weak. It's just she made an enemy.
Ah, yep.
Earlier, you had mentioned what I do for a living.
Yeah.
On the show. Well, for those of you who don't know me,
Is your audio good? You're cutting in.
do you hear me now?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah. Good.
Oh, sorry, I had opened up. I had my food in like a baggy area, so that's probably what you heard.
Ah.
So I work in a laboratory. I'm a senior laboratory technician at the lab, and it has a lot of people like to refer to me as a chemist, but you know the work I do is already figured out, and I am working towards becoming a chemist.
Ah.
I'm getting a bachelor's degree in chemistry. So, but it's taken me rather a long time to do it. Hello, Taco.
Uh-huh. There you are.
Uh-oh, Taco.
Because
So,
you were more interested in learning by doing?
yeah. So I've always been a science type of guy, a math type of guy. I've always been to two. Those have always been my two favorite subjects. Is science and math. Those are my two favorite subjects. But anyways, like I said, as I do work, I work in a laboratory. I work at a gold mine, and I'm gonna be honest. Before I started working where I work at, I did not know gold mines even existed. I thought it was a thing of the past.
Well,
But no,
how do you get gold?
you're right. You're
Yeah.
right. You're right. You're right. But these things don't occur to you until after. You know, whenever anybody mentions gold mine, you automatically instinctually think of the 1920s.
Okay.
You know, the gold rush. You know, all that stuff. So, speaking of 1920s, so I worked that opened up in the 1920s, and then they closed down due to the Great Depression, and then they reopened again in the 90s, and then they got shut down to the Great Recession, and then they reopened again in 2014 or 15, I believe, and a lot of people associate my name with once they find out I work at a gold mine, they're like, "Oh, that's where you get your name from, gold mine." I see the resemblance, and I'm like, "No, no, no, that's just a coincidence." So, as I said, and I think you explained it best, is that I find out the purity of the samples. So pretty much, there's these drills that drill holes in the ground, and that sample from that drill, they take a sample of dirt from there, bring it all up to the lab, and what we do is we pulverize that dirt into a fine pulp, similar to like baby powder of some sort, and we melt that sample down in a furnace, 1,000 degrees, and it turns into a molten hot lava of some sort, and then we pour it into a pour bar. And we in our reagents we use lead, and the lead really brings out that gold and silver. One second, and sorry.
It's all good.
So that lead brings out gold and silver. We do is we add silver inside of it, so the bond between gold and silver is extremely strong. So when it gets melted down, the gold and silver just sticks together. And from there, it results in a small little bead in which we digest with acids, of course. We part off that silver with nitric acid, and then we put it on an instrument to see how much gold is in there. We're a gold and silver mine,
Okay.
and like I said, they've been around since the 1920s, but they really haven't done any production until 2015. So it's been pretty much a sitting mine, and I believe it's the last mine to open in California. And a lot of the mines that you see today, they're pretty much the last of it of what you see, unless there's a new mine that opens up. But as far as gold, a lot of gold has been mined out. What people are mining is pretty much on a microscopic level. If you run into a gold nugget, that is very rare to run into nowadays.
Is gold and silver typically found together?
No, no, it's not typically found together. Just at my mine.
Oh, here we go. Now we're seeing some fireworks.
He probably does have a big stack, but let's see. Where could he be?
I'm not going to tell you. You went for it. You shot your shot.
That was the only other place I could think of her being. Well, GG, Taco.
GG, Taco.
Beat you to somebody else.
Yeah.
Man, why do you only have 20s there, though? Have they been fighting it every single round?
Tacos has a hidden stack that you didn't see.
Oh, I know where that stack is. Oh my goodness, I was right next to it. Okay, so he is in
next to it. Yeah.
He is in Sector A. That's where he is, Sector A. there's no coming back from that. I'm definitely feeding them to somebody else.
Yeah.
So I was mentioning, yeah, gold and silver is sometimes found together, but you'll find mines of where it's just gold there and no silver. But where mine I worked at, they lucked out with having both gold and silver. It's actually more silver on the mine than we make gold. We make our money off silver, and we're able to pay our gold bills off silver. Whenever we have gold, pretty much just a bonus for us. So the gold is just extra money for us. But if we were just a silver mine, we'd do just fine.
And do you find it interesting work?
Yeah, when you first start working there, it's quite interesting. You know, it makes it seem like it's a complex thing, but it really isn't. It's actually very easy to do. I tell a lot of new people that start working there that I train that, you know, it's going to sound pretty hectic at first, like it's a very sciencey type of thing, but it really isn't, because a lot of the stuff has been figured out already that you don't have to. You know, there's a lot of people some people want to try to come in with their degrees, and you know, you kind of have to tell them that it's not that type of lab. A lot of stuff has already been figured out here towards it's not worth it, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a lot of jobs, right? There's that learning curve, but once you get it, and it becomes mundane again.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. How many troops do you have left in your corner?
Ooh, 51 right there.
It's not
but,
too.
I have a total of 87.
You're not doing too bad then.
I think I wasted a lot of troops.
You did. You definitely wasted a lot of troops, but you're not doing too bad. Well, because look, both Amerigo and Tacos are sitting on sets on 5.
Oh yeah.
These are cool settings.
Amerigo is probably gonna... Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah, very skill testing.
Nice.
So now you have a third position. Do you want to try and save that? Or do you let the zombies kill it?
Thinking of it, but that 18, I don't know if it turns left or right. I'm really trying to... I want to say it goes left. I want to say that it goes that way.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt to try. It doesn't hurt to try, but I'm going to most likely use it.
Yeah.
I have to get lucky with Taco. Hoping that Taco can try to go get in and knock down that 8.
This guy rolls 5 on 3s.
So Pete, how long have you been playing Risky? I know you mentioned it in the past.
Oh man, yeah, I've been playing since I was a kid, like say 10 years old. So we're getting all
the mobile game.
The mobile game. So I started in March, when the pandemic hit. I downloaded it on my phone, and then I made my first video that August, and I joined Discord and played in the Q1 tournament in January. So
you made your first video 2021 this August?
No, 2020.
Okay.
Yeah, I made my first video in August 2020, and then I didn't do it daily until I was on Discord, and so I followed a post that Sterling made on Reddit about the Q1 tournament, because I'm an old man. I'd never been on Discord, and I didn't really get how to use it, and once I found it, I was like, oh, okay.
Thank you, Amerigo.
Yeah.
I was hoping somebody did that, and sure enough, they helped me out.
Yeah,
and
you were worried about that.
Of course, I know this guy better.
Oh man, I love it. You just watch people fuck up over and over.
Do it. What's crazy is that he went for my 6, but didn't bother getting my 1. Even if those were my last territories, he still would have.
He's just trying to remove you from the section. Yeah, so I mean, like I feel like I've been like good-ish at Risk for a long time, but I really leveled up from doing it every day and watching myself play.
Discord has probably helped a lot of people improve when it comes to we can consider ourselves good players against until we first got off against a Discord member. It's like, wow, you learn so many tricks from each other. Like I've learned tricks from Nacho, Ari, a lot of people. Derek.
Every time I play Syrup, I learn something. He's just so dominant.
Yeah, he used to never be as dominant. He actually told me once that he used to be extremely afraid of me, and then next thing you know, he's just 10 times more better than me.
Dirty's another one. So I don't know if you remember the Q1 tournament, but the semis game was on Red Sands Fort. And I was playing.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
I was playing a lot of practice for that, and Dirty showed me a trick where you hide the bot inside your continent and you farm him. Right when the time is right, you just kill the bot, take their cards, and use that to leverage the win. And it didn't occur to me until I saw Dirty do it, and after I used it in the tournament game, I shot him a message. I was like, "Thanks, man, that was a great trick."
Yeah, a lot of people know some great tricks, and it helps in the end game when it really matters. These tricks really help out.
There is a lot of risk associated with farming a bot because you really don't want a bot to just pop in a bunch of.
You also don't want that bot to. You also don't want that bot to put in his trade in.
Yeah, pop in a bunch of troops behind your lines would be bad news.
It could work both ways. Well, I'm just extremely unlucky this game.
I don't think so. I think you're the one who's actually staying out of trouble the most. These guys are all punching each other. Oh, card-wise.
Yeah. Card-wise,
sure. Who knows, man? It might work out to your favor.
Well, who knows? Americo still is out for me. He's still looking for me.
Uh-oh. Oh, you got Taco's found you.
No,
Tacos, no.
Come on, Taco.
So much for you staying out of trouble.
I knew he was going to come for me eventually for his revenge. I had it coming. He knew where that's from.
The card luck, eh? That's crazy. 3 times back-to-back, no set on 4. That's very low odds.
Still fine. The only person I have to worry about is Amerigo. Amerigo's still on the search.
Well, nobody knows where you are.
That is right. I'd have to say that 64 I saw is probably the last Taco's groups. For him to go all the way from that side of the map all the way just to me, he's probably sitting on. He's probably sitting on 32 troops right now somewhere, and that's the last of his territory. So I could see somebody else going for him first rather than me because they don't know where my last territory is. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I could see Marigo winning this one.
Marigo says this map is like hide and seek.
Yes. Wait, is Marigo in Germany?
No, he's in the podcast server just chatting. He could have come into this VC if he wanted to.
Yeah.
No one is able to hear you. Don't worry.
Here he goes. Let's see who he. Like you said, hide and seek. He's been looking for me this whole game, so if he finds me, GG. But I can see Taco getting eliminated first, because he might know where Taco is.
Gold? I got some bad news for you.
He's heading in my direction.
I think he's gonna find you.
Let's see.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe not.
You took a left. He might be able to make it in time, though.
Never mind. Never mind. You're good.
No way.
You're good. He went a different way. It is so hide and seek.
I mean, that was one person I got away from. Let's see what Taco does. This Taco is still on the search. Everybody hates. Everybody wants me. I really want to go for Taco. I have a feeling that Taco is just running on loose.
Oh.
He started his turn with 7 troops, so he regained that confidence. I'm gonna do a risky move and I'm actually gonna go for Taco. It's extremely risky, but I think he is relatively weak.
Well, you're about to see something else happen.
I'm actually not able to see much, but if Taco is extremely strong, then I'm screwed.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, you're expecting that the zombies in Sector D events to attack his probably big stack in Space Hotel Lounge.
Sector B.
Sector D events. I'm just guessing where the zombies are at this point and where his stacks are. Alrighty, this is the most riskiest thing I've done, but it's actually something I wouldn't do, that I never do, but oh well, it's a risk. What is there?
You gonna give it a shot?
Let's
see. Let's see how good your prediction is.
Hello, Amerigo. What the?
Ooh. Ooh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Well, do you have a set on 3? Because I think you're due.
When have I ever got lucky this game?
Not yet. Hasn't happened yet, man.
I don't think it's gonna happen. I think I get eliminated.
You know who got insanely lucky is Countdown. In 2 different ways.
Oh, there you go. He's gonna go for me already. He's been knocking down stacks of mine too. Oh. That must be the last of what he has then. Let's go, Amerigo. I know you've been itching to take me out. Oh, he's not going to be able to do it. What is he doing? He does not realize it yet.
Yeah, he doesn't know where you put yourself.
He might as well stop where he can. He's going to just waste troops at this point.
Huh. Alright, Tacos is good game.
And
what does that mean? Who are you killing, Tacos?
He knows he's going to get knocked.
Oh, he's going to try and kill you, I think.
He can become successful. I think he's going to be able to do it.
Yeah? You think he finds you?
Let's see if... It's not that many territories either.
This is actually why being first in the turn order is a detriment in zombies, right? Because everyone else gets to see you.
Yes. Oh. Was that really the? Okay, that works too. Yeah,
Yeah.
he got this. GG.
GG, man.
GG Taco. I haven't played against Taco in a while, so I'm happy that he got me.
Yeah, I think he got you. All right. Well,
That was amazing.
it was definitely a good game.
Yes.
All right, who wins it? I think Amerigo wins it now. Can you now? You can see.
Yeah, I could see. I think he's making a mistake by not going for orange, though. I think he sees his greatest threat as a Miracle right now, so that's why he's going for Miracle.
Yeah, but he's not going to get all of Amerigo's positions.
And Miracle still has.
So Countdown was also had a set on 5. He was down to 3 single territories. I thought he was going to die to the zombies.
Miracle still has another position, I speculate. Yep, I knew it.
It's in the top middle.
Yep. See, he could have just took down that stack and he would have won. He didn't do it, though. I could actually predict that Orange is going to attack Taco's 57 because he probably thinks that's his last territory.
Well, not after a turn that long of getting takes, though.
It's true.
I mean, I guess you could bluff that. You could have just a long attack phase with no real attacks.
You notice how Taco didn't get his stack removed on the top right? That's why I always put my troops in that area, because the zombies' attack path goes in that direction.
Goes
and
around
I always
it.
save.
Huh.
Yeah, and I always save troops. So that's why I get that specific spot. You know, that's the beauty of learning the attack patterns, is that you could save yourself from losing stacks to the zombies.
Cool. Oh, it's a suspenseful game now.
Oh yeah. So how do you feel about your performance in the 1v1 tournament? Do you think you could have done better?
Could I have done better? Probably not. So I think Krillza edges me out in free-for-all as well. I think he's just a better player. But also, I can only practice so much. Like, once it becomes unfun or exhausting, I just turn off, because as much as I believe in practice and I advocate that if you want to get better at something, you should practice, at the end of the day, for me, if it's not fun, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
So I learned the settings. I'm happy to say that I'm like comfortable now with Boston and Supermax, but I'm not great.
So you mentioned the word fun. What do you define as fun? Like, you don't like being destroyed, and then that's unfun for you, or
no?
You don't like losing?
Yeah, definitely. I don't like losing. That's part of it. But I don't need to win to have fun. I do need to feel like I'm learning something. Right? If I can experience myself improving, then that's very fun for me, whether or not I win or lose.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like, who you play with matters. But how hard do you practice, right? How much time do I have to dedicate to a tournament that I'm not as into as free-for-all, and that I can't really make very much video content on because other people aren't into it as well. So it's like a niche within a niche.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I'm a busy guy, and I want to make the most compelling Risk video that I can make. So I'm happy to leave 1v1 as a, side thing, as opposed to a main focus, which it is for some people.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm surprised that so we now have 3 1v1 tournaments and 3 free-for-all tournaments a year. I'm surprised at how many 1v1 tournaments there are at that.
Well, Well, supposedly, the first 1v1 tournament, there was a huge turnout. Huge turnout. A lot of people had to participate in. But this recent tournament, they actually had to reach out to a lot of individuals to join because they didn't reach the interest that they needed. So it'll be interesting in the future. But as far as interest, I think they need to probably change a couple things in order for people to be a bit more interested.
How would you change it?
Well, I would definitely get rid of the seeding. I don't really find any reasoning in the seeding. If you're a good player, you're gonna make it far, regardless of the seeding you're in.
What if you play another good player round one?
You know what? Then if you went off against a good player round one, then you should be happy that you lost to a good player
Okay.
than to a complete noob.
Sure. Or an alt.
Yes, an alt. Yeah, there you go, an alt. There. I actually dropped my rank for this tournament to get a better seeding, as in better for me, as in to first off against better opponents.
Okay. Who did you play round one? Let me take a look. So you were in my bracket, right? We were about to face each other if we had continued.
Yes. Olive really wanted me versus you type of game.
Could be fun. I think you would edge me out too, though, in 1v1.
Yeah.
So you beat Kilted. That was someone I had my eye on too, as being potentially a fairly great 1v1er.
Actually, that was my first time going against Kilted.
Okay.
And it'll be surprised, but yes, that was my first time going against Kilted, and that was his first time going against me. But I heard about him, and I knew about him. And similar, I think he knew about me too. He knew I was a good player. I first found out about Kilted in the 5-a-side tourney, and I just knew how much of a good player he is, his knowledge of risk, and how he was going against his opponents and crushing them with the points. So I knew he was a good player. So I knew if I ever came across him, it was going to be a good match. So when we were facing off against each other round two, me and him both agreed, man, we should definitely do those 10 games because we knew it was going to be a close match. And we couldn't, of course, we couldn't do those 10 matches. So we stuck with those 10 matches, stuck with 5. But it was an interesting game because I do know his ranking up. He uses oh, that didn't work out for him.
Nope. Sure didn't.
Uh-oh. Oops.
I think America.
So I do know he
uses. Though, right?
I do know he uses USA to rank up. So the beauty of Risk is a lot of there is some psychology behind the Risk. So the thing is, when it comes to a Pacific tournament game, you naturally get nervous and make mistakes and stuff like that. You get those pre-jitters that really affect your gameplay.
Sure.
And Kilted is an extremely great player. He would have won. He would have beat me, and especially since those were his settings that he uses. But I think one of the main reasons why he lost is because he made several mistakes. But originally, if there were a practice game, he wouldn't have made those mistakes. But it's a simple fact, psychology behind of playing a tournament game, and you're getting nervous. You're making those simple mistakes. But in a tournament game, simple mistakes cost you the game. And Hilton, he played amazing, but he made some mistakes that cost him a win on one of the games. And I think that's what gave me the edge, is that he made one mistake in one game, and that gave me a +2 points. But if we would have played the 10-game series, I think he would have had me beat. The 5-game series, I was able to beat him, but the 10-game series, I think he would have had me beat.
What tells you that?
What tells me that? Well, one, he ranks up on those settings all the time, so I know he's extremely good at those settings. It's just, so it takes a lot to learn from your opponent. And 5 games sometimes isn't enough to learn about your opponent. Some people, it takes just one game to know your opponent, but sometimes it takes actually 5 games to know your opponent. But in these 1v1 settings, 5 games is enough because after 5 games, it's over. Like in my specific, my game, I actually lost, and I was extremely upset about it. I was more upset at myself for the amount of mistakes I was making because I just gotten off of work and stuff, and I was extremely tired. So I blame it on myself being tired.
Well,
But
Firefall's quite good. I practiced it
yeah,
with him a couple times,
yeah,
so it's
yeah.
nothing to be surprised by.
There's one big mistake that he does is that he's extremely predictable.
Ah.
And that was that he's extremely predictable, and yes, but that predictability I should have been able to catch a lot sooner after game 1. I was able to notice this trend. He stacks up in one huge spot, pretty much. Doesn't matter if he's first or second. He stacks up in one big spot, and in 1v1, that is actually one of the worst things you could do for yourself. It works for some players, but not all the time. But it worked for him against me, and I realized he was a stacker, but I just didn't follow through with it. I didn't do the right moves, and that's why I lost. It's because when I made too many mistakes, it was a combination of that psychology of you're nervous before a match, like a big race day, and then you play it, and then you make mistakes.
So, I think I'm pretty good under pressure like that. But
even in a tournament match,
yeah, but
you don't get those pre-nervous jitters.
I like that energy. I kind of use it productively.
Yes.
But that's not to say I don't make mistakes. I'm just suggesting that energy isn't the cause of my mistakes.
Oh yeah.
Like I fuck up all the time. Yeah, for sure. People get nervous, man, and they don't know how to harness that energy productively. Mm-hmm. I mean, it happens to the best of us. We get shaky. I don't know. It's an interesting. So what do you do to mitigate that for yourself? How do you stop yourself from getting nervous?
To be honest, I actually do a lot of meditating, and it's for my own personal self and my own well-being.
Awesome.
But
tell me
one of the best things you can do for yourself, especially if you have if you have like you can't control your emotions sometimes. I mean, you control your emotions, but for the most part, if you have trouble like controlling your anger sometimes, which I don't have any anger issues, stuff like that. But I developed meditating because of my work and how stressful it could be sometimes. But is he gonna be able to do it? 1 second, let's see what he does.
Yeah, let's see what he does.
He won't be. I don't think he got this.
92, yeah. Oh, 3 troops! Oh my god! 3 troops. Let's see if the zombies get Amerigo.
I don't think so.
Man.
I don't think so.
No, 6 on 3? That's 6 attacks to 1?
Nope. Zombie ain't gonna be able to take that out.
Well, then Tacos gets
If he does, then that is luck.
Oh, it hit! You see? It didn't take!
Yeah, I knew
Alright,
it.
Tacos gets him next turn. Wow, great finish.
That was amazing.
Great
GG,
finish.
Taco.
Yeah.
GG. It's been a while. I'm glad he joined the game. So I was saying, I do meditating, and it's for my own well-being. And one of the first things that the best thing you could ever do for yourself is if you're frustrated or just upset, is the first thing you do is just take a deep breath.
Yeah.
Because 90% of the time when you're upset, your emotions just completely take over. And the best thing you can do is take a deep breath, because that oxygen going to your brain actually makes you think a lot better and makes you think more with logic than involving your emotions in this situation.
So why are your emotions the enemy?
Your emotions, your emotions could really, they could sometimes make you do things that you don't want to happen.
Okay.
Like say cussing out a person you didn't mean to. Sometimes your emotions just really get the best of you. Sometimes that's just what happens. Sometimes your emotions get the best of you for any type of individual.
So I had a meditation practice that I developed to deal with depression.
Okay, yeah, that works extremely for that.
Yeah, it was a nice piece of the puzzle for me. And then I kind of noticed after doing it more regularly, that you do get these other kind of cognitive benefits. It like reduces brain fog. It helps you think with logic, as you said, helps you think more clearly, however you want to say. But this is just a very interesting topic to bring up to me, and I love to dig into different people, how they came into it, what is your meditation practice like?
So so I do breathing techniques. I start off with breathing techniques, and I really get that oxygen flowing into me, and then I actually like to do my meditations in the shower. Um,
Ah.
uh, what I do is I feel the water touching, coming down, and I like to pretend that that water is washing off the negative energy that's flowing through my body and negative thoughts and stuff like that. I've heard it extremely effective with certain individuals, which is why I tried it. And sure enough, it works when you have that water just coming down you, and you got to focus on the sensation of that water. And it's just amazing what it does for you. After one meditation, it's just how much more of a relief you feel, to be honest. It's amazing. This is why I started doing it and why I still do it. I mean, I haven't really had much more chance to do it, but whenever I'm stressed out, I definitely do it because it helps me think better and works good for me. There you go, Taco.
So I've been on a meditation retreat with ayahuasca 3 times now. Are you familiar?
Uh-huh.
Are you familiar with ayahuasca?
I am not. Please enlighten me.
So ayahuasca is a plant medicine from Peru, where
Okay.
it's a brew that's a combination of a root and a leaf, and
Okay.
it has psychedelic properties. It's essentially, the chemistry behind it is an MAOI inhibitor
Mm-hmm.
with DMT. So normal DMT, dimethyltryptamine, has a very quick reuptake in your brain, but the
Mm-hmm.
MAOI prevents your brain from just sucking it up. So it actually, instead of a 5 minute psychedelic experience, you have like a multi-hour long one. And the context of this, it's treated ceremonially and it's treated very respectfully and like a medicine. And when you approach it in that way,
Meditation.
in a trusted group with, so you set an intention for healing, it has
Mm-hmm.
been very transformative for me. And the reason I just bring that up at all is one of uh, the practitioner. One of the things she always likes to focus on is how our bodies are all 70+% water, and
Yes.
so you're touching on a very ancient healing tradition,
Mm-hmm.
focusing on the water washing away the negative energy.
Yes. 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 Yes.
It's something I've heard before in that way, and I just wanted to touch on that as a juxtaposition.
Oh yeah, and it's been beneficial for me. It worked for me, and everybody has their own different types of meditation. It's whatever works for that individual.
Yeah,
Like some people are doing it laid down, some people doing it laying down, but I like to sit in the middle of the shower and just let that water hit me, and I sit down on the floor, crisscross applesauce.
I did
It
something
works.
similar in the shower. That's actually where I would practice my gratitude.
Uh-huh.
It's a nice, because you shower every day. It's a nice anchor. You just like, at this moment, I remind myself how grateful I am for all the good things in my life, and gratitude is extremely powerful as well.
Yeah.
To just remind yourself of how, like, yeah, everyone has tough times. We can get down, but you only get one life, and when it's over, it's over. So what a waste it is to not enjoy every moment as much as you possibly could, given that.
Yeah.
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 So I have a question before we end
Yes.
from Sterling.
Yes.
And,
Oh.
and Sterling wanted to know, it's been a long time since you started Risk.
Uh-huh.
He says, I remember you hosting my first tournament.
Wow.
How have Risk and its players changed since you started?
That's an actually interesting question. So,
Yeah.
I think I kind of mentioned just a slight little part of it, but players nowadays, thanks to the pandemic actually are have improved a lot better compared to people like me who have been around for years. And I think it's a lot of focus thanks to the pandemic with all the free time that people are actually become great players. But like I said, I ran into a lot of great players in the past. There was the ranked #1 player at the time. His name was Zombot Denise. He got to rank 100 on his settings of progressive, and then during those times there was a lot of cheaters, and everybody in the top 100 was a cheater. So he automatically made it to #1 when all those cheaters got banned. So how people have improved since then is that great players have always been around. It's just I think what really is that Discord, it has helped a lot of individuals, because I've seen good players come in just from global domination, and then you come into Risk Discord, and you're just learning so many tricks and tactics from each other. So I think that's what's beneficial to a lot of new players, is that when they come into the Discord, they gain all these tricks so quickly that they're able to overpower any of these old timers that play Risk from time to time. But in my idea, that's how much has changed in the past, because Discord when it was just first started off, this server started off with just 30 people, and I actually came into the Discord. The Discord opened up in April, I believe, and I came in June.
Oh
I
man.
came,
Okay.
yeah, I came around the same time as Storm back in her incognito days, when she went by the name of Mac Thunder.
That's funny.
But compared then from now, we weren't really that great players, because we once we didn't exchange strategies. We're just playing just to play. But nowadays, people are more all about exchanging strategies, how to get better at Risk, and level up quicker. That's what's more become more popular nowadays. Is just leveling up quicker, rather than years ago it was more all about just playing the game, and just enjoying the good time. Um, Nowadays you could say that it's more all about just ranking up, rather than there is, and that's why I stick around, is actually just to enjoy uh, the competition of what's out there. I personally, I personally don't rank up at all.
Yeah.
I don't. I have 1v1 settings, and they are those 1v1 settings. It's simple world fixed with blizzards and caps, and bog, and I actually do a lot of auto ranking, and I love it's extremely difficult to level up in auto match, because the unpredictability of your opponents is what really makes it difficult. But if you're able to predict your opponents, then you could win easily. But like just yesterday, I played a auto match, and I was in a good position to win, and then I made an enemy with my ally, and then that's what ruined
That's what
it.
gets you.
I
Yeah.
pretty much, me and my ally probably got reported that game, because we weren't even protecting our borders against each other, and that's the beauty about global domination, is that you can make the greatest ally, but if you attack your ally, you could also become your greatest. So that's how I thought about players in the past and today. Nowadays, it's more about ranking up and stuff like that. But a lot of more players that came in 2021 are better than players that I played in the past, it's because of all this knowledge that we're giving out is making these players much more better.
Well, yeah. I mean, I like to think I have something to do with that as well. Like
Oh
my
yeah,
part of my
you
stated aim with the channel is,
yes.
um, I'm going to publicize and signal boost a lot of the strategy as I
Oh
learn it.
yeah,
I'm going to get better, but also, like, part of my goal with this is to get everyone else better, right? To
yeah, yeah.
improve
So
the
so
quality of the competition.
oh yeah, I agree with that, because give or take, when Discord first started, for Risk, there wasn't a lot of Risk content, and I searched for Risk content, and the only person I could find at the time was Risk Forever, but he only had just a couple views, and then there was a couple other people, but they weren't really that popular either, and over time, like you came along, and you grew, Risk Forever grew, and then all this knowledge became passed on. It's all thanks to YouTube, Discord, and other great players just sharing their knowledge is what really made a lot of players better today than they were a couple years ago.
Well, sir, I'm very happy with that. Is there anything you'd like to get to that we didn't touch on?
I think we touched on a lot of stuff, actually, a lot of interesting topics.
Yeah, it was a great show. I hope you had fun.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed myself.
Thank you for doing it. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on. It's been an honor.
Thanks, man. I'm grateful to get a chance to play with you and get to know you a bit better, man. So it's always nice to talk to someone who's been around for a long time and hang around for future podcasts, or you're always welcome to join games. Feel free when you have
Oh
time.
yeah, I actually I enjoy your podcast. They make for an entertaining experience when I'm at work, especially when people talk. It makes it more better because once you get those awkward silences, it's like, hey, what happened? Did my internet cut off or something? But no.
I think we did great. Very
Yeah, I
very
try to
happy.
pop.
Yeah, thanks, bro. Thank you so much. I'll end it here, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you are interested in getting better at the game of Risk, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Come along the ride with me. I have a daily release on YouTube. I do a fixed game every Friday, and I do this show, the Waiting on Your Best Behavior podcast, every Wednesday. Come on down, subscribe, and until next time, for all of you on the path to world domination, good games and good luck.